What's going on, everybody? My name's Jermaine MCK, and this is Fighting Talk. Fam, we're back, right? If you're into fighting, you're into combat, this is the place for you, right? We're talking about real boxing from real fans and real people inside boxing. None of that fluff, yeah? None of them guys on TikTok, yeah? If you know me, I'm from a very, very famous boxing family, so this is what we do. Come and join us every single week right here on Fighting Talk, fam. Right, back into it. Heavyweights!
Heavyweight!
Ooh. It's my favorite weight class. You know what? Let's just start the pod right now. Fury, AJ, who've we got and why?
You're not gonna like this.
Go on.
I know you're an AJ guy.
I know you're here
I'm
for
going
it.
for Fury.
Why?
I think what Fury has shown. I think with Fury, first of all, fantastic move in the ring. He utilizes like I always say, he utilizes every single inch of that ring. He moves well. He overwhelms his opponent with his size. And I think the thing with Fury is you're going to have to knock him out to get him out of there. You're not going to outbox him, right? And he's been in there with the biggest puncher. Now, I know he's getting older. He might not recover as well as he used to.
Yeah.
But he was in there with the biggest puncher. Deontay Wilder got hit with some of the biggest shots. And
But the worst boxer on the planet.
the worst
Best puncher on the planet. Worst boxer on the planet. AJ is not that guy. AJ is not going to, AJ is not going to come in that ring swinging at Fury's head. It's going to be calculated with the jab. He knows what the kind of Fury fighter Fury is. You know, he's going to want to do the. I'm going to go with AJ. That's my opinion straight away, guys.
Who are you going with?
Yeah, who are you going with?
You're not going to like it because I'm a bit on the fence. Right, had you have asked me this question 4 years ago when this fight should have happened,
Yeah.
I'd have said Fury. Fury outboxed him. Fury's got the size. He knows what to do. Now, I think it's more 50-50 now than it has ever been.
50-50?
Yeah, I do think it's 50. I do, because Fury's always got that skill.
Yeah.
Always. He's always going to have it. We saw, he's had ring rust. He was in with Makhmudov. Did he look the best version of that? No.
Yeah.
But he's still got that skill. He's still got that movement. My worry is, yes, he's always gone out of camp and put weight on and drank in between and managed to get back and been fine.
Yeah.
Father time is ticking.
Yeah. But
And
they're both the same age, roughly,
yes, I
right?
know, but AJ looks after himself between.
Does.
Right? Usyk looks after himself between. He's straight back in camp. He's straight back on training.
Yeah.
There's only so long your body can keep doing that,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
Fury does.
Yeah.
Without it having an effect. If he takes a big shot like he did against Wilder, like he did against Ngannou,
He's sleeping.
does he get up?
No.
I don't know if he does.
I think he thinks he does, though. I think in Fury's mind, there's nothing that AJ can do. Like you said, he believes if you're going to beat me, I'm a fighting man, you have to end me, right? I don't think Fury's got the chin that he thinks he has anymore. You know, looking at the Makhmudov fight, he was getting hit a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of ran out of ideas.
Yeah, he did.
The legs didn't look like they were as fast. Always uses his weight, right?
Yeah.
Likes to lean on people, tries to drain them. And Makhmudov looked horrible from round 4 and couldn't do anything with him. Like he just literally, and this is my only criticism towards the fight. Fury cannot be allowed to pick those gloves. Those gloves are shocking. Yes.
There's a lot of
I'm not Team Wild. The fluffy.
But you could see it in the Makhmudov fight.
Yeah.
The highlights.
He was flopping. He was pushing him. He was pushing him in his face. I don't know how any boxing glove you can get an open palm. The whole point of having a boxing glove is a lot of boxing gloves have the thumb connected to the actual rest of the hand. He had an open palm into the fight, which is illegal. And if I'm AJ, I need that in the contract. I need you to be in the gloves that I'm in. Yeah, none of that flappy stuff. I swear, because I think that there is the kind of way that Fury nicks the win, right? Doing things that benefits him, doing things where he can flip out the jab, doing things where he can blind AJ and kind of catch AJ. Because let's be honest, AJ can be caught. Right, and if he gets caught, the shape goes, and suddenly AJ's risky. Right, he's in a bit of a firefight now, and we're worried about him. But if it's a fair fight, I just think, like you said, AJ's got the better legs. He's really fit. I think we're gonna learn a lot. Let's talk about it. This warm-up fight. Is it a warm-up fight? Is it a spar? It's a spar, right? Guy looks great on paper. Knockout galore against. Don't know who anybody that is on BoxRec. I tried my hardest to find them fights.
I had a good look.
It's a rough one, but I get it. They did say we've just had a car crash. Have we even seen any details about AJ's injuries or anything?
I don't think anything was released, and I don't think it needs to be. At the end of the day, it happened.
But is there anything that is gonna niggle him? Is he gonna?
Maybe.
Because obviously, I know when he got hit, really sad story, but he got hit with the knees, right? So, is there anything gonna go on with his
Yeah,
knees
hips
and
as
his
well,
hips,
like
his
the
back?
impact on his hip.
You know, I think you don't know, like Errol Spence, you don't know what you're gonna look like until you're in there with a guy that's
Which
gonna
is
fire
probably
at you.
why the Prenga fight's a good fight.
Yeah, that's why when I
It
saw
makes
it, I
sense.
was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Even though Dave Allen, yeah, you're my guy. Even though I wanted that fight for Dave Allen, I just think he deserved it. Dave Allen has given us such
You've got
great shows.
Strong opinions.
Right.
I love Dave Allen. I think
It's-
Dave Allen is a brilliant guy.
It's great, he's the guy,
He's a
right?
great guy. But I think, like I always say, yeah, Dave Allen, his fans, him being a people champion,
Yeah.
is gonna get him hurt.
Yeah.
Being the people champ never benefits the fighter.
No, yeah.
Because he wanted to fight Jile Zhang before Hergovich was announced.
Yeah, I heard that.
And I was like, please don't do this to the boy.
Yeah.
And thank God it wasn't announced. But now he's fighting Hergovich. Hergovich isn't as big of a puncher as Jile Zhang.
Yeah.
But he's still a fourth rank. He's still a big puncher.
Yeah, but
think
I
he's got
feel
18
like they're
punches.
wasting Dave Allen. Like, if I'm Dave Allen, I would have been looking at that British title run
100%.
as like my world title. Like I said,
100%.
pre-British champion. I'm looking at guy after the Johnny Fisher win.
Yeah.
You're looking at the rest of the UK landscape,
Yeah.
and he could
That's what I'm,
TKV.
yeah. That's what I'm trying to. But the thing is, his fans, I think since his promoters know he's a big ticket seller, they want to put him out there, which I think is a big issue because
It's a mistake because what does
He's
it
not
do?
that level.
What does it do? Him losing against Hergovich. What
yeah,
does that do?
What does it do? You've made some money, yes, but what about you? Don't care about the fighters in that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not throwing shots at any promoter.
Yeah, yeah.
But we need to start prioritizing the fighters because we
Definitely.
know there's levels for a reason.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I saw the comments and people were saying, "Yeah, go on, Dave."
Yeah, nah.
I'm scared for him.
It puts you in that Chisora space.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, 100%. You
Yeah,
can't
where
lose.
Chisora's always had great fights. But that where he was at in his career, you were like, wow, we putting him in there with him.
Literally,
Like,
you can't lose to Dave Allen. No, sorry, you can't lose to David Price, Ortiz, Dylan White. What's his name again? Tony Yoka.
Yeah.
And then fight Hergovich or Jile Zhang. Like,
yeah, it's not a winning record.
It's not.
Yeah,
You're not
you
na-
beat a very good British level fighter in Johnny Fisher. Cool. Fight. Let's go the British
Yeah.
way, right? And even what Boxer has over there, I feel like what promoters are currently trying to do now is keep up with the Joneses. And everybody wants to be in the turkey bag, right? Everybody wants to be
Definitely.
prime time boxing. But if you look at the landscape of boxing, there's always been little niches where people gravitate towards things more, right? MVP signing all the girls, they've taken that lane. If you're
Yeah.
interested in watching these girls fight, they have the very best in female
100%.
fighters. But you look at what Boxer had there with the British fighters and having BBC.
100%.
You build the BBC into a British title situation, borderline Commonwealth.
Yeah.
You suddenly got household names that are going to
Definitely.
fight more regularly, and they're going to be in a situation where you're like, I know these guys. You know, I root for these guys. These York Hall fights. Who's the main guy that a boxer I got now? Forgot his
Azim.
name. Your
Azim.
guy. I forgot. Jab's getting vexed at me now. That's like it's my guy. You forget my own guy. But like that's where you can build a star through that British title route.
100%.
It's very easy to do. Dave Allen, Johnny Fisher was going to sell out anywhere, regardless, right?
Yeah.
But then you go and look again, like what's the next fight for Dave Allen? Those are sellout shows. Dave Allen against anybody at that British level, Rakpur, British
Adelaide.
level, Adelaide.
Yeah.
You're gonna get absolute barn burner fights.
Yeah.
And I think
The atmosphere would be crazy.
crazy. You're gonna
Yeah.
have everybody that is watching darts and snooker and whatever.
Yeah.
They're gonna come out and they want to see an absolute scrap of
Definitely.
a fight. That's why I think that Boxer kind of missed out. They didn't look at their situation and go, where do we land in all of this?
Especially with the stable of fighters that we have in the UK, there's no need for him to be fighting the likes of Hergovich.
No.
He could be fighting the likes of David Adelaide, for example. There's
Yeah.
so many names over here in the UK
Yeah.
that Dave Allen could fight, and it would be a decent scrap. They would sell well.
Yeah.
So there's no need for the Hergovich fight. I don't think people care.
Has Dave Allen asked for it though?
Probably had. He
That's what I mean.
probably looked at the money and
As
went, who was worth more to me?
Yeah.
And they went Hergovich is whatever the number, right? And then you've gone, yeah, go on then.
I think it's interesting because we were saying, I don't think Hergovich is like he's a top 10, but
Yeah.
he's not a ticket seller.
Nah.
They've put him in with Dave because it's a good fight for Queensbury because it's a
Ticket seller.
Yeah.
That's why you've used Dave. That's why I
Yeah.
said Dave Allen
Yeah.
doesn't understand. He doesn't understand his power, and that's why I said it feels wasted because you could have put Dave in with AJ,
Yeah.
and you know that everybody and their dog would have come out to see Dave. Come on, Dave. Come on, and you know he's going to give it a go, and that's what AJ needs. He needs someone that's going to give it a go.
Yeah.
He's going to beat him, but he's going to give it a go. And that's when you'll learn about, I think AJ would have taken so much confidence in that win. He'd have been like, this guy is no joke. He's not a slouch. And he came for me and I got him out of there. So you go and fight Fury afterwards. If he just lays out Prenga, which he won't, by the way, guys, I don't want to hear no comments after AJ does 8 rounds with Prenga. I don't want to hear nothing because he's there for rounds, right? I don't want to hear AJ did rounds with Prenga. I don't want to hear none of that because that's what he's there for. He's there for rounds, right? He's got to be in a situation where he walks out and goes, take a look. He could probably, you know when AJ caught Ruiz in the first round and know he could have ended him right there? That's what we're probably going to see. AJ's going to spark him and go, all right, I could end this here. But let's see how my tank looks for the next couple rounds and may get him out of there round 8, round 9. But I just feel like the position that could have gone to, there's so many fighters out there that it would have benefited their career. Like the loss would have benefited their career, right? So like, yeah, I don't like it. I've got AJ winning, but I've always said it. AJ has always beat Fury, and that's why I've always said Fury has always looked at AJ as the end fight. It's my last fight. You know, I've won all these belts and all these accolades, and if I lose to AJ, as an interview out there, I think it was about 5-6 years ago, and it's John Fury saying that there's only one heavyweight in boxing that ever bothers my son outside of Usyk, and it was always AJ. He's always said that, and he's always respected AJ. So that fight there is a Kell Brook Khan fight. It's one of they know. As a fighter, I think all fighters know. They come up against somebody, they spar somebody, and they go, I'll wait for that one. Because you might win. You might get it at the end of the day. But if you lose, imagine if we'd got AJ Fury 10 years ago. Would Fury would have come back to boxing? I think he'd have been like, nah.
Really?
Yeah, I think he'd have been like, nah.
If Fury AJ happened 10 years ago, I think he would actually still have, maybe not. I think he would. I think, if the fight happened 10 years ago, that's when Fury was at his best. I think that's that back then. So right now, like Lauren said, it's more of 50, it's closer now. The fight's closer. 10 years ago, I don't think it would have been close. I think Fury, especially Fury, who hasn't taken all the damage from Wilder, would have breezed through AJ. I know, no disrespect to you. I think he would have breezed through AJ.
That. Diabolical, my crew, by the way. Breeze through.
I think he would have breezed through AJ.
Never.
He probably would have been undisputed at this
point.
But
the problem with me in Fury is that, again, I like Fury as a boxer, and I think he's got, great footwork for someone that's so big, right? But I've always said he can be swatted by a very good boxer. AJ has always been a very good boxer.
I mean, Usyk did it.
Usyk did it. If Ngannou can clap you, you can be hurt by any decent boxer.
I'm so sick of I didn't train for that fight.
Oh, I hate that.
That's what I was just about to say.
Out.
No. That's what I was just about to say. I think with Fury is who gets him out of bed.
No, but even that. Look at Fury's record, right? And show me the boxers, the actual good boxers.
AJ has a better record. By the way, I'm non-biased.
But this is why I say, when you look at Fury's record, it creates an image of what you think Fury is, because he's been able to do all that dancing, moving around, showboaty stuff against lesser boxers. The best fight, I would say, the best boxer Fury ever fought was the Klitschko fight, right? And taking nothing away from that win. That's probably one of the greatest wins we've ever seen. I could never watch that fight again. It's the most boring fight I've ever seen in my life. But he did what he had to do. Actually, the first time I ever met Tyson Fury was at an Wardley Harrison fight, and he was sitting down, knees were up to here. He was in those seats, and his legs were all up here. And I was like, "That's the guy that beats Klitschko," because he was tall enough, rangy enough, and clever enough to get that style that Klitschko had created for the 10 years. The jab, hold stuff wasn't going to work against Fury. And I went, but that is the only style that he's beat against. Everybody else is a lesser boxer. There's no one else in his record that's a good boxer. Wilder is the best puncher in the world. And again, still have to have a level of IQ to nullify it, right? Big up to his crew, big up Kronk, because they figured out a style how to beat Wilder. And you know why?
They stopped him. At his own game, they stopped him.
And you know why we know it was the corner man and the style? Because what did Parker do afterwards? Who's in the same camp, in the same trainers. They figured out the jigsaw. They went, that's how you beat Wilder. You push him back. And everyone that's done the style art, it's like once they'd solved the mystery of Wilder, it was like, it's not even that good, really. He just swings his arms.
I told you that a long time.
But that's it. But and again, I always look at fighters. You have to look at their records and look at each opponent individually. The best boxer Wilder ever fought was Ortiz, 110 years old, but Ortiz.
But Ortiz, being 110 years old, was avoided by everyone.
For everyone, right?
They say AJ avoided him. I'm not too sure. I can't really speak on that.
Yeah.
All these guys, apparently, he was a boogeyman.
Yeah.
Ortiz, being 42, was just... No one wanted smoke with him.
No.
I think the fact that Wilder took those fights, and Wilder was literally losing those fights.
Yeah.
Remember the second fight?
Yeah. And then cracks him.
Both of them, he was losing both of them. I think the second one where he was wearing the white shorts.
Yeah.
He caught him with a punch that... I don't know how it stopped him, because he caught him right straight to the
Yeah. I think Ortiz is that because he was an older fighter.
Getting older, yeah.
It's the fatigue as you get older, and I knew it was always going to be a later. And again, you could see him. I got outboxed every round, and
That's why I think Fury's going to struggle. I know they're a similar age.
Yeah.
But AJ looks after himself.
Looks after himself, and and we're gonna argue me in the chat. Argue with your parents. I would say the IQ for AJ, and I've heard Ring Magazine said this the other week, and it vexed me. And they said that Tyson Fury has a better boxing IQ than AJ. And I'm like, how? And what brings you to that concept? Because then you look at AJ's roster of fighters that he's fought, from Klitschko to Povetkin. Povetkin was the boogeyman that nobody wanted to fight. Povetkin had only ever been beat by Klitschko. That right hand took out everybody. We saw what that right hand did to White. That right hand was horrible. And then you go and watch the Povetkin fight back, and AJ just made it look easy.
I think you only have to look at the second AJ Usyk fight to see how much his boxing still came on. He looked so much better in that second fight.
Yeah.
His IQ had improved.
Like he took it on, and it was like he took on enough information that he could without physically being in the Usyk camp. He just knew he's Usyk fights in momentum, right? And some people have that, and some people don't. That's why I still got Usyk not being beat anytime soon, because the momentum of what Usyk fights at, everybody tries. They look great for 5 to 6 rounds, and after round 7, they're like, my arms, why is he still punching? And then you just give up, right? Usyk almost fights you into submission, right? Where in the second fight with AJ, you could see he'd gone away and gone, okay, take off all the weight, let's try and keep up with him, and couldn't do it. But understands what he has to do.
I had massive respect for AJ in that second Usyk fight.
The second fight, I think you hurt him.
Yeah.
He did hurt him.
Was it the 10th round or the 9th round?
No, he
hurt him to the
did.
body.
Did you see?
You hurt him to the body.
Did you see Usyk's face afterwards? And if I'm not mistaken, tell me if I'm wrong, chat. Usyk was injured on the injured list for like 6 months afterwards. AJ hurt Usyk bad.
He nearly stopped him as well. I think it was in the 10th round.
He hurt him bad, and kind of came out of it, and everybody was like, well, he didn't win. That was enough. No, go and watch Usyk now at home.
My thing with AJ is that I've said this over the last couple of months I think him changing trainers so frequently, too much information is never good.
Yeah.
You'd think it is good collecting all this information from all these trainers, but that's too many voices in your head. When they're telling you, when you have 5 different coaches telling you this is the right way to throw a jab. You have Virgil Hunter, you have Derek James, Robert Garcia, Rob McCracken.
I like the Derek
Davidson
James link up though. I think for AJ so far, from what I've seen from him, the Derek James link up for me made sense. That was the
I like Derek James.
Yeah, I think he shouldn't. I think when you got to Derek James, he should have stayed there. You know, the trainers after. I was like,
I do love this Usyk link up though.
Oh, I love it. Creed Rocky is what I'm calling it in reverse.
Everybody's calling it. But I love it, and I love it for several reasons, not just boxing. I just think, obviously, with what AJ's gone through.
Yeah.
How do you get through something like that?
Yeah.
But focusing on something and having someone like Usyk, like the guy is just pure sunshine. Like,
I love that. They got Usyk. I
do, but he's like, but I love him because he is so motivated, he is so disciplined, but he still is feet firmly on the ground.
Yeah.
Like he has his kids with him in like he's just. Camp is fun, but very disciplined.
Dancing,
and I think that's what AJ needs. It's such a focus.
Do you think if Usyk walked out with AJ versus Fury, it would rattle Fury?
Yes.
You think it would like send fear in him and go,
maybe not fear, but it would rattle him.
What?
The rabbit walking out.
I think that scene there with Usyk walking out AJ, I think the only thing that could mirror that is Eubank turning up to the fight with his dad.
I think.
Do you think that? Can you imagine the door just opening and he's here? Usyk's here? Oh no!
Imagine AJ coming out to Usyk's walkout song.
What? Full gear, the full military, the full hat. I think that's it. I think because I know they've asked Usyk if he would be in AJ's corner, and he said no, right? He said no, I'm here to help him train.
Yeah.
But I've noticed Usyk getting really invested into AJ.
I'm surprised because Tyson does seem rattled. I think he recorded a video on Fight Week for him and Makhmudov.
Yeah.
Cussing out him. He said, "Oh, I'm here with Joseph Parker.
Yeah.
2 actual heavyweights, not those." Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So he's already triggered.
Yeah.
So now imagine the build-up where Usyk sat by AJ.
Yeah. But I think Usyk shouldn't even turn up. I think Usyk on the night. Like you were seeing him help, but when I saw him, I think I reposted it of him like cutting out the picture of AJ and then right in there, that's intention. I'm a big fan of manifestation, and he's made the intention. But anyone that asks Usyk, he always says, "I'm not gonna be in his camp. He's not part of my camp." But to not do it in the press conferences, but the night of the fight, you just camera panning over live on the zone, and Usyk's just there in the AJ tracksuits. I don't care who you are. Fury's sitting there going,
Man, you beat me.
he's gonna beat me.
Yeah.
But he'd probably come. I think all the Fury fans can go home and drink your Island Fury tears, right? Your Iceland Fury. Go and drink that. We'll all sit there and go, he cheated because you went and got him. No, but you know, if I think the respect that AJ has for Usyk, knows this guy beat me fair and square, and I still don't know how.
And that's the difference between AJ and Fury.
Actually, no. Remember when
in the ring.
in the
yes,
ring? But I think he's accepted it now.
Yeah.
In the ring, he's like, "How did this man beat me?"
Yeah, but that was high on emotions, adrenaline, and everything else. But since then, the link up, like that was high on emotions, adrenaline, and everything else. But since then, the link up, there's a massive mutual respect there. Fury is yet to show 1 ounce of respect.
And it's the maturity, right? The maturity of him, if he even saying, "I still need the third fight. I almost beat you." Where? Like, I think, like you're saying about AJ accepting the loss makes him better.
Yeah.
To say, "I get it. You're just better." Fury not being able to be humble enough to say, "You're just better than me," puts him in this space, which I think puts him in the losing position.
Yeah.
Because in his mind, I'm just the best. My only issue, and I'm a big advocate for mental health, is that will Fury get over losing to AJ?
Personally, I think he already has.
Why? What do you mean?
AJ.
Because
If
to
he was- if
AJ,
he
yeah,
loses to
he
AJ.
already has. I think getting over the Usyk loss,
I
because
don't think he's over the Usyk.
I don't think he's over it though.
I
Yeah.
think he's over it to the point where he wants to move. Okay, it's always going to be the fact that, okay, this man beat me and I think I can beat him. I think Fury is competitive in the sense where he thinks, I can beat this man. There's no way he beat me. I've been in the ring with him, knowing me to the best of my abilities. I should be able to beat this man. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that if Fury retired, ballooned up to what he was after the Klitschko fight, then I would say maybe he's not going over that fight. But I think the fact that he's already gotten over the Usyk loss, he's come back, went into camp, been happy all camp, fought again. I think he can get over it.
I don't think that's true.
What?
So if you watch the series, which Dean made me watch,
I haven't watched it, so you got to tell me what happened. I haven't watched it.
throughout the series, you'll see after the Usyk Dubois fight, he went running.
Yeah.
At the middle of the night, recording a video. I'm coming back for the round. He's not over it.
No,
he's
I think
not.
it's-
I still don't think he is. Even throughout the series, he's constantly mentioning it. I won that fight. I won that fight. And you'll watch, and his whole family just put their eyes down.
Yeah.
Don't respond.
But that's
to
why
it.
I think and that's hard to take. Anyone
100%
that's
hard to take.
beaten, that's anyone that's been beat by Usyk, which is no taking away from anyone. You get beat by Usyk, you've just been beat by a generational great. Take it. I think the person that's gotten over it the fastest is Dubois, but for many other reasons. But you take it, you go, well, a great person beat me, get on with it. The
I
problem
like
with
how Bellew talks about him.
Bellew's like, hey, that's the guy, right?
Yeah.
I think the problem with the loss to, if he loses against AJ, when he loses against AJ, is that they're both British.
Yeah.
And I think when I go and look at Fury's career, I've always seen Fury almost play catch up to AJ. You became the unified champion of the world after you beat Klitschko. And not being rude, but it felt like nobody cared. AJ hadn't won a belt yet, but was on every billboard, everything. And it has, as a fighter in the same weight class, it has to play on you a little bit. That little bit of, why is he always deemed the star when I won the belts first? Now you go away, you retire, AJ takes over, you come back, and there's still no rush to fight AJ because you're still kind of like, do I beat him? Do I beat him? But then you get beat by somebody else. So now if you get beat by AJ as well on top of that, I think Fury's one of them fighters that would have to stay in boxing. You'd have to, for your mental mindset, you couldn't just take a loss and retire. He'd have to come back and say, oh, I'm going to fight somebody else.
I think he's going to keep doing that anyway.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know what stops Fury from
not fighting.
Yeah.
My trajectory, this is my dream situation, man. Everyone knows, chat, I'm an AJ fan, right? Don't care. Whatever. Argue with your parents, right? My thing with AJ is, love him or hate him, is he's always going to fight the best fighters that are out there. Yeah. And I always feel like his losses are what people use as ammunition against AJ. But AJ's willing to fight the guys. Yeah. He's willing to fight Dubois. He's willing to fight Wardley. He's willing to fight whoever. On numerous occasions, I've heard Tyson Fury say, I'm not fighting him, I'm not fighting him, I'm not fighting him, and I'm not fighting him. That doesn't tell me that you deem yourself as the best fighter then. Because if you're not willing to fight the Wardleys, the Caballeros, the Atamas, can you deem yourself the best fighter? Win, lose, or draw, go and look at every heavyweight right now, guys. I want you to go and do your BoxRec search. There is no heavyweight except Usyk. I think there's one more. That has not got a loss on their record. It's heavyweight boxing. Anybody can beat anybody at any point in time. If I'm not mistaken, Lance Lewis has got 2 losses. Yeah. I think Mike Tyson's got losses. All the great heavyweights have losses. And I think AJ's always known that. That's part of heavyweight boxing. But when you look at what Ring Magazine do is, well, AJ's not looked great. He fought Dubois. He's 20 what? Yeah. Whatever he is. And he was
hurting Dubois.
Hurting Dubois. Came for Dubois. Like, even at the last minute when he was hurt, still trying to win the fight.
Yeah. Now, I think with AJ is a brilliant fighter. But the thing with AJ is, I think he's not the best at when it comes to, okay, he's done it before.
Yeah.
But his ability to stop opponents when they're hurt, he neglects everything.
Yeah, he runs everything in, right? Yeah.
I thought he would have learned his lesson with Ruiz.
Yeah.
Because he had Ruiz hurt.
Yeah.
And then Ruiz somehow still capitalized off that.
Yeah, yeah.
The same with the Dubois. He had Dubois hurt. Dubois stumbled backwards.
Yeah.
And then they had another exchange, and that's when Dubois dropped
And that's when he got him, yeah.
I still can't get over the roll the dice. The roll the dice did not help the situation.
That corner work was shocking.
It was
right?
bad.
Roll the dice. What are we doing right now? That's why I got to be in the corner. The zone, you need me in the punching because I'm a whisper. Don't listen to him. Don't do that. Put your hands up. Every time I see a fighter, put that hand down. I'm screaming at the telly. What are we doing right now? What are we doing right now? Pick it up. Yeah. My uncle's done so many times where I've gone into a ring and like done little pad work, and I've for 1 second dropped my hand. He has no qualms of hitting me in the head. He has no qualms. He's like, what are we doing here? Like, you know better. And you know someone like AJ, who's very disciplined, knows better. So to go in and roll the dice against Daniel Dubois Dubois is silly. Like, because he can hurt you, right? So even looking at him going forward, going off Dubois, Wardley, is coming up. I didn't have a decision before I started this pod.
Have you made a decision?
I've made my decision.
Oh.
I've made my decision, guys. Jump in the chat right now. Who do you think, Wardley or Dubois? I think Wardley gets him.
I've got it, same.
Why though? Right,
I've done a video this morning literally on this subject. Queensbury did a poll across all social media channels and everybody 60-30, 60-30, Wardley. I have got Wardley. Listen, Dubois, he is a good boxer.
Yeah.
He's not a bad boxer and he carries power. I'm glad he's back with Don Charles. I don't think he
best thing for him.
Shouldn't have left him. I think that's a really good link up and that will set him up well for this fight.
Yeah.
But I just think with Wardley, you throw everything at him, that's when he's the most dangerous.
Yeah.
And I know he's white collar, we've heard this, but he's still making improvements every fight.
Yeah.
That Justice Hooney fight, he was being outboxed.
Every round, yeah.
Every round. But then the next fight, he came in and he looked so much better.
Like he's always continuously learning.
Continuously learning.
Yeah, I think... What do you think, Jab? What do you think?
So, for me, Wardley, I've said it from the get-go, but the thing with me is, for me, every fight that Fabio Wardley is in, he always has a 50% chance in there.
Yeah.
If Fabio Wardley...
But that makes it interesting, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If Fabio Wardley were to fight Usyk today, I'd say he has a 50% chance. Now, the guys might call me crazy. They They might call me Cloco. They might call me all names. They might call me all names under the sun.
Call me Loco.
Yeah, they might call me all the names. Cinco de Mayo weekend. But they might call me all the names under the sun. But I firmly believe that because when you have the power that he does, you can never be ruled out. We've seen that he carries the power throughout the fight. And he can take it as well. So with him, what's worse than someone who can take your punch and can land his punch? You have to outpoint him. Yeah. And I think I said it because I've been hiring Wardley for a while now. When the Joseph Parker fight was happening, I said it. Lauren was there. I said it. I said, Joseph Parker is making a big mistake over here. Wardley is going to beat him. The reason I said that was I saw an interview of Joseph Parker saying, I'm going to fight fire with fire.
I know.
I said that.
This exact conversation, we're like, what are you doing?
Parker,
I said, what are you talking about?
That was the mistake. Parker.
Fire with fire.
When he was boxing him, he was beating him convincingly. And every couple rounds, he would get into a fight. I'm like, what are we doing right now?
So when I saw the press conference of him saying that, I said, that's when I made my video. I said, Wardley is gonna win this fight. You can't fight. At the end of the day, one thing, like I said with Zerdo earlier, or in the previous episode, with Zerdo, why fight another man's game plan? Ego. There's no need for this ego. I think there's a lot of boxers who do this thing where they want to beat you where you're good at.
Yeah.
I don't know if they give them more credit.
I want to prove I'm stronger than you.
No.
Yeah, but also about that fight is, even though it was coming on top in the Parker Wardley fight, I hate that stoppage. It's one of the worst stoppages in the world.
I think so.
And what? There's like 5 unmissed punches. He literally hit shoulders in the air, and they went, done. But then you look at a fight like, that's why I always say certain fighters get certain privileges, because then you go back and look at like Fury, Wilder, and Fury was sucking air for 20 seconds, but yet we're looking at him going, he might get up, pops up, but I missed 5 unanswered punches, which you don't land. But we stopped the fight? I'm like, what are we doing right now?
I think it was just before the combination happened, I remember Joseph Parker dropping his hands.
Yeah.
And I think that was it.
Because he pushed back to the ropes.
Yeah, that was like a verbal cue. Because when you're on the ropes, the first thing you want to do is shell up.
Yeah, but he does.
You have nowhere to go.
He drops his ropes as he pushes back because he's got the distance. And then when Wardley closes the distance and throws those punches, he puts his hands up and he misses. Go and watch it. He misses all 5 punches.
On the night, I thought it was a fair stoppage to me. But when I watched it back, I was a bit like,
nah. Oh yeah, I've live, and everyone knows
Listen,
my live reactions on TikTok. Fighting Talk fam, go get it. My live reactions. You know me. I am in there with every punch. I am like, no. I think the only thing that's ever caught me off guard, my reactions lately, big up to Truvs, was my Zach Parker reaction. I was loving that. Oh my god. Do you know how many DMs I got after that? They were like, what to your face? I was so deflated. I thought, Boatsy, they're going to nick this for Boatsy, you know? They're going to steal and rob my boy. And I've known Boatsy and all of them up for so long, being from Croydon. And that I'm normally on it. That stoppage in the Parker fight, I was like, no, that's not a stoppage. You don't step in now. There was no reason for you to step in. It wasn't like he'd hit him with 2 big shots and he leaned back and then he jumped in. He missed.
I felt like the writing was on the wall though.
I think it was going to end.
No, it was.
I don't think it was. I think because Parker's got those bounce back abilities. Been hit by big Zhang, and Zhang knocks down everybody. Yeah. Got back up. Been hurt. Been knocked down by a white earlier in his career. He can get up. Give him the opportunity to go down. If he's gonna go down to a knee, then cool, stop it there. But not while he's on his feet and he's blocking and he's there and he's even when the fight ended, Parker was just sitting chatting. So he's not hurt. That's why with Wardley, I think if there is an argument for Dubois to win, he's got to do what he did to AJ. He's got to run at him, blitz him out of there in the first 2 rounds.
But I still think that's when Wardley's most dangerous, though.
I know, because I think Wardley takes a second to wake up. That's why I think if you get Wardley, you've got a first 1 to 2 rounds. After that, Wardley's awake now, and he's going to swing with you. I think as the fight goes on, Dubois will run out of ideas like he normally does.
I think mentally Dubois could get tired. If you are throwing everything at someone
and
it's not doing anything, it's like...
Literally what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I think for me, Wardley, I think Dubois doesn't have mental strength to be in there with someone like Wardley.
Yeah.
When the fight gets tough, that's when Wardley's even stronger. Wardley is better when times get tough. When he's losing, that's when just as soon he fight.
Yeah.
He was losing every single round. He did not win a round in that fight.
Yeah.
And that's to have the mental strength to somehow still compose yourself and land that shot.
Yeah.
You see, I think with fighters like Wardley, he knows his lack of amateur background, his lack of amateur background. it's always going to be a disadvantage heading into fights.
Yeah.
So with him-
Technical wise.
Yeah. So mentally he's prepared, and it's also similar with Wilder, because you say most fighters who fight the likes of Wardley and Wilder, you know what's going to happen. That right hand is going to come from Wilder.
Yeah.
But the thing is, how do I stop this right hand?
Yeah.
But somehow 38 opponents haven't figured this out.
Yeah.
You know it's gonna come, but how do I stop it?
Yeah.
So what these guys, I think, is the speed of which they throw these punches at.
Yeah.
And it's the way they set these punches up, because I know my biggest asset is my right hand.
Yeah.
How do I land it? They know it's gonna come. So now I have to work on setting these punches up.
Yeah.
I have to time these opponents. Okay, let them get comfortable. When they get comfortable enough to throw that right hand or to throw their right hand, time them with mine. So
Yeah.
I think that's where he gets Dubois. I think he's surprisingly, for someone with a limited background, having someone like Ben Davison in his corner.
Yeah.
Ben Davison might not be the best coach. Like you said, roll the dice. Some people don't like that.
I have issues with Ben Davis.
One thing I can't deny Ben Davison
I
is
think he's a good
his boxing mind is up second to none. He's a very good analyst. I think he picks up things.
I like Ben Davison as a coach. He's a good coach. Do I like him as a mind? No.
I think he's got a brilliant mind.
The brilliant minds for me in boxing are like Andy Lee. Like Andy Lee is genius. He just knows what to do. Because he just knows what to do. I always thought like Ben Davison gets great fighters, and they are great by themselves. Can you make them in the best physical condition they can be in to have that fight? Yes, but corner work has never been something that I've looked at and thought that's great. He's never given out great instructions.
Corner work is different. I'm not too keen on this corner. I don't know.
Yeah.
But in terms of him breaking down the sport, analyzing the sport,
Yeah.
I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
He's on punditry when he's talking about fights.
Yeah. I would say even with the bar, I think that his jab is the key to victory, right? And if he can be disciplined enough and listen to his cornermen and get that going and not get into a fight with Wardley, then he can possibly win this fight off that jab.
Yeah.
But the problem is with his cornermen is the dad's always around. And as long as his dad's around, he kind of has that, I'm listening to you, but I'm not. If I get into a fight, the dad's going to get excited. And suddenly, the cornerman work now longer doesn't work for Dubois.
It's really hard because, again, I am glad he's back with Don Charles.
Yeah.
I think it's the right move. It's the right person to be there. But again, it's the aspect of my
And I
dad's
love
there.
Don Charles. I've seen Don Charles train when he was with Chisora, and he's always been very consistent. And he's a coach, he's a trainer, like he's a real student of the game. And I think, and I know they left and he came back, but I still think there's probably little things he's probably had to do in the camp. He's obviously had to speak to the dad, had to speak to them and say, look, guys, this is what I can offer you. But I still feel that the dad rules the roost there.
Yeah.
So my question is, why come back to Don Charles so quick? What happened? Was Tony Sims what
was said?
Could it be the case that Tony Sims was like, listen, I'm not working with you when your dad's here?
This is it.
Because they didn't have a fight with each other yet.
Yeah.
So because usually you analyze a coach based on
Performance.
performance after a fight. You feel, okay, this guy's not the right coach for me.
Yeah.
It wasn't working out. I think he'd have the right game plan. No, that's not the case. So now I'm going back to my coach.
Yeah.
But they've not had a fight. They've spent a few weeks with each other.
Yeah.
And what made him move to Tony Sims? Because he moved to Tony Sims.
Yeah.
He trained with him for a few weeks, maybe a month, and then moved back. Now they will say probably maybe he wasn't the right fit. I think what it was is Tony Sims is not a yes man.
Yeah, he was not going to do
Like,
the politics.
I'm not calling Don Charles a yes man, but I'm just saying maybe Tony Sims wasn't allowing.
No, but I just think the door was open.
Yeah.
There. I don't think. I know Don Charles. He hasn't got an ego. He hasn't got an ego. And I think him going away and saying, "Oh, we're going to come back to you," he would have never have been Dubois like, "No, don't come back to me." He'd have been like, "No, I understand. You made the decision. Your dad kind of went you through this, but I think you are spot on there, Jab. I think he definitely looked at him for, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You're not going to be the fighter I want." And I think Don Charles has a real good opportunity to bring Dubois up the levels.
100%.
I just think his mental Dubois is what lets him down. Don't want to talk about heart. I hate talking about the heart thing.
Yeah.
It is what it is. If anyone's ever been punched in the face and had blood run into their eye or got any kind of lump on their
or cracked orbital.
Cracked orbital.
Yeah.
It's its own thing. People would like to say, "Oh, I got into a fight. I'm going to go off on my shield." All right, mate. Go in there. Especially at heavyweight. You know, I've never been a fan of Joe Joyce, but Joe Joyce has got a concussive punch. Is it fast? Is it crazy? Is it outlandish? Is it even good? Not really. But if it hits you enough, it's going to get you out of there, right? Even like Zhang does that, where he's southpaw stance. They hit you enough times in that orbital bone, and you're just like, I can't do this anymore. And at some point, your legs would just go, now I'm all right. And even that fight being in COVID, it's weird. Like I watched that fight in COVID, and it felt so strange.
Yeah.
Like it was like I called it Sergeant Slow versus Captain Slow. I got blocked for that one. It happened, but I think the speed difference for Wardley in this fight is going to be a difference. The ring IQ, the speed, and the power.
Yeah.
For you to get beat by Dubois, you have to stand in front of him. You have to be right there in front of him, because even if he starts chasing after you, his feet run out after 6 rounds.
Yeah.
And after 6 rounds, he's there to be hit, and that's when Wardley will up it and get him out of there. So I'm going with Wardley.
Yeah.
Round 8. Are we going live for any of these?
Definitely, I'm gonna be live this weekend. Yeah.
Because him promoting this thing.
Yeah? What?
I said you promoting this thing. Of
Oh,
course,
yeah.
I'm live from early.
I didn't hear you for a second.
He happens to beat my lives by a few. He's got the commitment, right? My kids don't allow me to go live for 3 hours, right? I've tried, Lauren. I don't know how you do it with the kids, because I can't. I tried to go live with one. I've got the last video. My last one, my son's like standing behind me. Like, see, when you did your green screen,
Yeah.
I was like, I spent 20 minutes on Canva doing a green screen because I know he's going to stand behind me. And I'm like, boy, you got something to do? And he's like, no, I'm just watching your numbers. He'll probably take after his dad and jump into this boxing thing eventually. But
Hopefully.
great numbers. So we got Wardley, Dubois. We're going with Wardley.
Wardley.
AJ Fury.
Fury.
I'm
No
50-50.
fence sitting. No fence sitting.
You have to answer, you have
Team
to answer.
AJ, right? On the pod. Team AJ, right? All day. I'm going to put a poll up in the pod as well.
Ask me again after the Prenga fight.
Oh, all right.
No, yeah.
I'll give you that one. And then who else? I saw Chili's been added to that undercard.
Kelly. Do you know, I love Zach Chelly. I feel like I really like him, but this is the wrong fight.
It's the wrong fight.
It's the wrong fight.
What's the weight class for that Chili fight?
Yeah.
Light heavy. Even that I feel is a mistake. I don't know what it is about everybody wanting to exist in a weight class that is filled with murderers. Like, even at the top of the English thing,
just look at Queensbury's stable of light heavies.
you look at the British guys. You got Can Smith and Yards and Boazzi and that top end, and that's just Britain.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like super middleweight is such a neglected weight class. Like, for me, Hamza at super middleweight, stay there.
Yeah.